He's teaching and he's preaching, and a bunch of people are following. 5,000 at least are following him, and it's getting late in the day, and they're out in the wilderness. They've been with him all day, and so the disciples say, "Well, it's time to send them home," and Jesus says, "Well, we don't want to send them home. They're hungry." And the disciples say, "Well, but there's no food out here, no restaurants. Everybody's is late. No, there's no food out here for them." And so Jesus looks at the disciples and says, "What do you have?" And I could just see these guys like processing the question. What does it matter what I have? None of us have enough for 5,000 people. And so they're processing this, what seems like a ridiculous question in light of the need, right? And he's, and it's like they said, "Well, I'll tell you what I don't have. I don't have enough to feed 5,000 people." And so Jesus says, "Well, tell the people to sit down." And I can just imagine the disciples looking at each other and shrugging their shoulders and saying, "Why? Why are we going to tease them and tell them to sit down like we've got something? We don't have anything." And there's a boy, and he's got some fish and some bread, but that's not enough. And so we're not going to pretend like we've got something for them. And so here's the point. And this is what is crucial for us as disciple makers. 2 years. Think about this. 2 years into their relationship with Jesus, and nothing he had said. Think about that. 2 years into their relationship with Jesus, and nothing he had said to this point caused them to say anything more than, "We don't know." Think about that. Nothing he had said or done to this point caused them to say anything more than, "We need to send him home." Nothing he had said or done caused any one of them to say, I do remember that time. He fed five. He turned the water into wine. I remember that. I do remember the time that their response to him was, "We don't know what to do." So none of them had eyes to see. None of them, at 2 years into their relationship with Jesus, had ears to hear. They were unable to connect the dots from what he had done in the previous 2 years to this situation of feeding 5,000. Nobody thought to say, "We've got you." Jesus said, "What do you have?" And none of them thought to say, "Well, we've got you." At least if they did, it's not recorded. So here's the point for those of us who are going to be making disciple makers, those of us who are pouring our life into the lives of other people with the intent of helping them to grow and become mature Christians. This is the point. It's for those of us to be present. Those of us who are going to be making disciple makers, to be present in the life of your disciple, no matter how long it takes, to help them connect the dots, help them to see, help them to understand the life of Christ and the Word of God that you've been studying together with the events in their life.